your notification.
What is up? What is up? What's up, Big Dave? I'm running this from my computer, so the resolution might be a little off. What's up, Mr. Morrow? JDQ Transportation, what's up? Jeff S., you know what? I am chilling. I was out for 9 weeks. I wasn't planning on being out that long, but that kind of happened to me. So what's up, Captain Banana? Show me, guy, what's up? Oh, man. Every time I think about your situation, I almost called into Prime today over that. I'm just going to let it slide, but that really irritated me. Newkirk, Minnesota, or New Mexico, excuse me. You know, I like some of them truck stops in New Mexico. What's up, Elias? Appreciate it. Two Raven Trucker, what's happening? Bearded Fat Man. Let's see. So, shoot, we're going to go in just about on anything. Let's see what's going on. Glad I can catch live before bed. All right, Road Rooster. So before we get into everything, I get a message from my fleet manager, right? When am I ready to reload? I said 2 weeks minimum. And he came back and said, you do plan on taking a TNT, ? Exclamation point. I was like, you know what? I'm going to have to get back with you on that one. I'm not sure if I'm ready to go down that route again. Yeah, man. It's good to be here. I'm going to get my truck in the Peterbilt probably tomorrow. I'm not running this prime maintenance schedule, you know what I'm saying? So getting oil change, doing a PM on it, alignment. It's not due for a chassis lube. We're going to just do all that stuff. And then when I leave out of here, I probably will hit up Springfield just to get some work done on the APU. I still haven't gone in for that campaign. I'm waiting for Mason. Hey, could you text him and see how far out he is? Hold on just a second, guy.
Really?
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 Let's see. So anyway, I'm not sure about this training situation. I might have to have some clear-cut goals if I do this. Because I'm not a fan of team loads. All right, there we go. Let's see. Let me catch up with this. So, what did my son get me? I'm not sure yet. He's not. He should be home pretty soon. So we'll see. Quality videos. Let's talk about quality videos. Man, I bought that GoPro 9. Haven't even broke it out of the box yet. I mean, I have it out of the box. I haven't even used it yet. I'll get to it, but I couldn't do it when I was out there training. I was focusing on training. What's up, TNT Barbecue? Okay. Heard a lot of haters saying you had to train to make money. Can you share your opinions? I know the haters will always hate. Listen, I posted my solo numbers about 8-9 videos back. It depends on what you feel is good money. I mean, it's more than enough for me. The training money is overkill, but it's not like it's going to waste. If I thought the only way to make money at Prime was the team, if my fleet manager not brought this up, I wouldn't even be thinking about team or training again. So there is definite money in training for sure. Let's see. So, no, I don't think you have to. I mean, I don't limit myself as far as solo running goes. You know, I do take night loads. You know, I do try to stay out of the Northeast, and I think that kind of protects me a little bit financially. And I'm talking anything above, like all that New England and up shit. I don't really try to fuck with that much. So I'd say that, you know, if we're going to say it, for every week that I'm out, I say that I average about somewhere in the mid to upper twos. Maybe every now and then you might see something in the low twos, but if that's enough for you, then that's fine. The training money, that shit was crazy, but I had the perfect student for that too. I had, you know, I call him a super trucker with solar power tendencies, so I had to kind of protect him a little bit from nighttime, so I was flipping schedules and stuff like that. And you know what? He earned that, so I didn't have a problem doing that. Plus, I like riding at night, you know. I did get a shower, boy. It was, and actually I got one. See, I was gonna hold out till I got home, like a few days ago, but I stopped at that TA in Colby, Kansas, and got one when I was out there. The dark side of training, man. The story that I heard the other day had me so pissed off I almost called up Prime and had a conversation with them. I'm starting to wonder. I'm almost starting to wonder. I don't know. I don't even want to get into that because the last thing I need is for somebody over there to get upset about some shit I'm saying, and I'm already going to be bringing the ruckus. So who knows if we'll get there or not? But is this from? But I think that they might need to review some of their training strategy, or at least what they think the training strategy should be. And actually, Johnson's Logic, Ross, I talked to your last student that came off your truck. I think he said he got Rob's old truck, and we had a conversation, and he said he basically had a conversation with the people in training about what he thought was going on. Not from your end, but anyway. How long do you have to be with Prime to be a TNT trainer? Looking at a long-term game here. I'm still in PSD. Listen, here's the problem with training, and you see it every now and then. You don't want to be the trainer whose student is out backing you by the time they're ready to upgrade. So I would, you know, I think they say that you could do it at 6 months. I didn't do it for a couple of years, and I don't think I would do it for at least a year, but that's just me. I just can't see me doing it earlier than that. Samson, I might have to go back to eating meat near KC. Yeah, if any of you guys that see Samson teaches chess, I like to call him Samson the 4'5". He's the 4'5" driver at Prime. I don't think my son would have bought me a cowboy hat, but you know what? If it was a decent looking cowboy hat, like maybe, you know, like a
one that actually fits your head.
I didn't push the motherfucker off.
Oh, that's because there's no way that
it would have.
Looks big.
Listen, his head was bigger than mine. Yeah. If I could have had like a Stevie Ray Vaughan hat, you know what I mean? Something like that.
It looked like a little Tonkatori on top of your head.
That's because it was sitting on top of me. I didn't push it down like he did. My wife is talking shit. She came in here trying to talk. She tried to say I was ashy today.
Oh.
All right, we talked about before. Yeah. Yep. It could be 9 months now, but they need trainers out there. And the problem is, I don't think they need trainers. I think they need trainers that actually give a fuck. Now, there's a ton of them that do, and you more or less hear the bad stories, but when they're bad, they're bad. And some of this stuff, I mean, I'm surprised they let that slide. They just lost a good driver over a bad trainer. And the worst part about it was the driver had 30,000 miles already. All they had to say was, you know what, things aren't going right. Let's bring you back to the terminal, or you sit at home and wait it out. But I don't know what was going on with that. And I haven't even really started drinking. Anyway, I really have a problem with the way they handled that situation. And that's just one. I mean, I talked to a lot of people that have. Anyway, I was that student, but my trainer was awesome, and we knew we could. Yeah, like I said, my last student, and I don't like to call him a student. I just call him that because that's kind of how it's spoken in prime. I always called him a co-driver, and that's because I tried to at least have things appear to be as level as they were, even though I had the last say in whatever was going on. But, you know, one of the things I did when I was training, we're going to get onto some other stuff. But, you know, when I was training, you know, I have my co-driver had his own fuel card. He could take showers whenever he wanted to. He wasn't sitting there waiting around for me to be like, okay, we're going to take a shower. Boom. You know what? You got shower credits because you fueled on your car. I'm not over here trying to hoard shit. I'm not trying to hoard every little dollar that comes in. And trust me, enough dollars was made. Some of you guys saw that community post, saw kind of what those last week's figures were. For me to be nickel and diming somebody over a fuel credit or a shower credit or some points here and there just made no sense. Let's see. TNT barbecue. Yeah, Andrea's over here cracking on me.
Hi, Byron.
She's trying to claim that I was ashy or some shit.
You were volcanic.
Anyway. Let's see. Always remember there's three sides to every story. Listen, there is no possible way that even if one side of this story was, could you imagine a trainer just basically abandoning somebody in another state? There's no gray area in that. Even if the rest of the stuff was fucked up, there's no gray area in that. What I think it was a weak ass trainer that didn't have balls enough to, like, I don't know what it is, but I don't want to get off that because it's really pissing me off right now thinking about that. I mean, there's good trainers out there. I can't say enough about my boy Million Mile Man here. You know, I haven't heard Johnson's. Actually, you know, I heard your student, but I'm constantly hearing about Whilyv. You know, so. And there's other trainers that I speak to that this isn't happening with, but when it happens, sometimes I just wonder if the level of concern is to the degree that I think it should be. Not many female trainers, and that's what I don't get. Sometimes you'll see a female trainer training a guy, and that don't make no sense to me. It's like, it just doesn't make no sense. So, let's see. Oh, and I understand not all co-drivers are good. Throw that shit away. Junk mail. All right.
Electric bill's $90.
All right. So I got to be thinking if I want to train coming up. And if I do, it's not going to be. There has to be an end goal. So I'm not going to just get with my fleet manager and be like, okay, I'm going to train. There's going to have to be an end date. I don't care what's going on with Prime's trucks and all that kind of stuff. There needs to be a time when this training is over. I'm not just going to be just driving into oblivion until they call me in. I can't do it. Let's see. Had a female trainer. It wasn't fun. I can imagine. Twisted Big D. He's working with a guy that I had spoke with a long time ago before he even got into trucking. Peter Trucker, man, what happened with your? Don't type it in here. You never replied back to my email about your situation. Now, he had a situation that was exactly the opposite of what we were talking about here. Let's see. It's pretty hot out here. Yeah, last time I was up at last time I was up at Springfield when I didn't even go say what's up to Twisted Big D. I didn't even go in the terminal. I went down to right down by the training pad, went and used those little facilities down there, went and parked up front, shut it down, and I tried to fall asleep until it was time for me to leave and go pick up that other load, but I wasn't I didn't even go inside the terminal. And next time I go out there, like I said, I'm going to be going up there paying it forward. I just didn't. Man, I was so funky, I didn't even want to walk in the terminal to take a shower. That's how funky I was. Well, that's right, I did kind of call you. So actually, Ross, I had the exact opposite situation than your boy Travis with all that damn Vaseline he was talking about. So any topics, man, if you got a topic you want to discuss right quick, just type that in caps. You know, one of the things I don't like about coming to Denver, some of those loads coming into Denver are going to shitty places. If anybody's been to that Pepsi, kind of near downtown, that's a horrible place to deliver to. And then there's a couple other ones. So usually I'll get a load going into Cheyenne or maybe Loveland, that Walmart up there, or those two Walmarts. Chicken nuggets. There's chicken nugget. So anyway, so anyway, I got a load coming to McLean. I didn't even know we had McLean in Denver, but got a load going there, and I'm just thinking, oh God, this is gonna be horrible. And I went out there, man. That was one of the best receivers I've been to. No detention, though. No detention. Actually, detention was part of the reason why last week's figures were so good, because I was thinking I was coming in at like 13.5 net to the truck. Ended up being like 14.7. So a lot of that was some detention that was good. What? Lease purchase what? I don't see what you're pointing at.
Yeah.
What about it?
Lease purchase. You got a topic you want to talk about?
Oh,
Put it in
lease
all
purchase.
caps. Hello.
My fault. Dang, I'm sitting there. All right.
I was trying for you, Road Rooster. I'm paying attention.
Lease purchase, man. Listen, if you are at Prime and you're leasing a truck, now not everybody could jump in with $14,000. I understand that, but as soon as you have $14,000, to not go lease purchase is like costing you a lot of money. Definitely go lease purchase as soon as possible. Payment is, I don't remember exactly what it is. Payment's a little bit less as well. And I think primarily because that APU is part of the purchase price, so you're not renting the APU, which is part of that. I'm thinking the payment might be like $120 less on a lease purchase, but I wish I'd have done it earlier. So I have a little bit over 2 years, and that'll be paid off. And then that'll be the point when it's really time to stack up some money or work less. So one of those two things can happen. Let's see. Jenna ran hard today. Well, dang, that's exciting to hear. I know you guys kind of keep them miles low over there. Study the book. I don't know what that means. Maybe I missed something.
No, you did.
What was he talking about?
Because the message somebody was asking, and they did a typo of CSL instead of CDL. So twist the big D is, like playing on that. Study harder. A typo's a typo, man. Come on.
Man, if you're trying to save up the money, think about this. As a solo driver running 25 to 3,000 miles a week, you're putting between $500 and $600 a week into your emergency fund at 20 cents a mile. That's a quick and easy way to like stack up some money. That is where all the money for my other lease purchase came from. And then right now, sitting.
Did you order another truck?
No, I haven't ordered another truck yet. I might. So if I do that, all the money's gonna come from that. Again, if I order another truck.
When do I get to quit my job?
You get to quit your job when you're 62. All right. When does the second truck come in? I know you're not talking about me because I haven't even ordered one. You guys jumped ahead of me on that one. Lease guys are telling me there's no money to do TNT. It's the same as solo. Dan, did you see my community post? 14.7 to the truck. There's like 8,000 coming to me, over 8,000 last week coming to me after everything. And that's in my community post if you want to take a look at that. It was actually 95.40. 1,000 of that was some referrals, so appreciate those. I will be paying that forward. So 85.40 is what I made last week. So that's about a month's worth of pay being solo.
Bearded fat man, I'm way funnier than he is.
Yeah, my wife thinks she's a fucking comedian.
These guys
are okay, so we already went over that. And that was, listen, I'm not just going into all 4 weeks, but if you averaged out all 4 weeks, I would say that every week I probably made 3 times what I made as a solo. But I had the right student running.
You got lucky.
And if you would have looked at us, you would have never thought we should have been together with this Conway Twitty looking ass. Okay. Yeah, you're right, Michael, about that lease purchase. And actually, you can take your truck from here. I think they put some stipulations on it. I think if they really want you to go away, they make it easier than harder. But all I got to do is show them some money. They'd be like, okay, you can handle the payment. You could take it. But I don't plan on leaving. There's no reason to leave. Let's see. What upgrades did you add on your Pete? On this particular one I have now, I just added the leather driver's seat with all the most upgraded seat that you could get. Keyless entry. The upgraded headlights. Man, I drive at night with those headlights on, and I got at least one person every night flashing me like I got my brights on. And then I hit them with my brights. They're like, oh, man, all right. Stainless steel fender. Not fender. Whatever. It's escaping me right now.
Ooh, do they? Like the Expedition's cooled seats?
They do have cooled seats.
Yeah, do they get cold like the Expedition?
It's air cooled seats. Heated and air cooled seats, so it's not necessarily like air conditioned. I don't know what it does. I only turned it on once. I keep forgetting I got it.
See, I would have to do that all the time.
But not much. This next one, if I get it, there's a package. It's like an aerodynamic package. I'm gonna get that. I spec one out to be about $5,000 on that. I don't think I need the disc brakes on the next one. Like I didn't order it on this one because I really don't mess with my brakes that much. I'm all about that Jake. Well, I'll Jake the hell out of that truck.
Is that what I need on my car?
What?
Jake Vic, just so I don't wear my rotors out.
Yeah, there you go. Let's see. I'm trying to get emergency fund up, but use that every month to see the family. You know what? I don't want to go too negative. So usually they could take it out of my emergency fund if they want. Usually they don't, so I just tell them to do it just because I don't want them to be like worried about me going negative or something like that. Because last thing I want is them bitching about me staying home too long. Stainless steel deer guard. Man, I don't want all that shiny shit. The truck is already bright as it is. Big H Trucking. What is up, man? He just ordered his Pete. So Pete Gang is in the house. As a matter of fact, let's go ahead and get that out there. Let's see. You can take it. Well, I already know. I just saw somebody take their truck out of here. And I know it wasn't somebody that had ample resources, so it's definitely possible. Now, on mine, I could just show them here. Boom. I don't know if somebody's having a side conversation with the dual tires. I know Johnson's Logic got some dual tires on this truck. Not sure if that really makes a difference or not. The deer guard was part of the lease. I'm pretty sure. See, I don't need to stop in this. I've never had an issue, and if I need to stop that hard, I don't need to be driving. I just go full Jace. So I just don't know. I just don't see that being a wise investment of money, especially if I'm already up in the thousands of dollars on it. Yep, driver lineup said Pete Gang. Isn't it cheaper to replace the Jake? Is what it's there for. Shoot, I don't think it's messing it up, but I guess who knows? I don't know anything. All I know is my Peterbilt hasn't been in the shop once unless I put it in there. So let that dispel any of the myths about the Peterbilts. Man, don't nobody have to hit no like button, none of that stuff.
I did.
All right, long haul
And
Jip.
it was because Twisted Big D put a reminder.
All right.
There you go.
Let's see. Hold on a second. Okay. See how long ago this message was real quick. Waiting for my son's present right quick, then maybe things can get a little amped up. All right, so yeah, I don't have a problem with the current setup. As a matter of fact, I think they even were talking about some air ride suspension for the front, and I'm like, how smooth? I at least want to feel like I'm driving. I at least want to feel like I'm driving a truck. You know what I'm saying? I mean, how smooth, more smooth could you be? Let's see. Mason, I got a cup, or I got a glass in there by the coffee pot. Give me, fill up that glass with some ice and water. Bring it to me. Then bring me your gift. Because I want to cleanse my palate before I get into whatever you got coming up for me. All right. As a trainer, lease op, which is better? Now, listen, you can fight pennies all day long and be like, okay, well, Freightliner gets better miles per gallon. You know what? As a lease purchase driver, all that savings you made on fuel, if you go to sell that shit down the road, you lost every cent of your savings on that because it's not even a question. Used Peterbilts are worth more than used Freightliners. It's sort of like, they're not bad. It's sort of like why are Ford Taurus is cheap to buy on the used market? Because they put out 10 million of them every year. And plus, if I got to drive the thing, man, that Peterbilt's so nice. The wood, the simulated wood grain interior, leather wrap steering wheel, in-dash navigation. And this is no joke. For those of you guys who've been rocking me for a while, when I first started training, my first trainer had a Peterbilt. So as soon as I got off his truck under some harsh circumstances, I got with my second trainer. The first day I drove his truck and hit a bump, I thought there was something wrong with this truck. Well, come on, have a seat right quick. Just come here, have a seat right quick. Mason, I said have a fucking seat.
Oh my goodness.
Right quick.
Let me just walk around.
All right. And that's no joke. All right, so why don't you explain what this is right here? Turn around to the camera so you can see. Well, you got to turn around so you can see. So what is that?
Angel's Envy, they came highly recommended from the guys from the liquor shop on Smoky. Spent a little extra because I love you loud.
Mm-hmm. Well, there you go. All right, so we're about to see what's up. You know, it's been 9 weeks of hard running. It's time to relax.
My boy.
Let's see. I wanted a Pete, but there was a brand new Freightliner and was ready to hit the road. Hey, I understand that. And you know what? If it's a lease, if it's a regular lease, does that smoke come out?
No.
Okay, go ahead and pour it. On a regular lease, and if I had to do over again, if I had to do over again, I probably would have done that lease purchase a lot sooner. Johnson's Logic. Hey, we're gonna be messing with that BMW this weekend. I'm gonna have my son put the battery in that car. As a matter of fact, there's one of your tasks. Get that brand new battery in the car. Listen, if you don't want it, like I said, it's gonna be here waiting for you. But that bad boy is gonna be ready to go. Matter of fact, I should go out there. It's in the garage. I should showcase that bad boy. Anyway, let's see what he's about. Hey, that is good.
Well, good. I'm glad you like it.
Yeah, when you got freeloaders in the house that are over 20 years old, every now and then.
Hilariously enough, driving lineup. Speaking of chicken nuggets, I got them slim chickens.
Well, okay, Jenna, I need to tell them what the chicken nugget reference is. So Jenna was at a restaurant and somebody called her a chicken nugget, and essentially what ended up happening was they were calling. Basically, a chicken nugget was a reference for a white person. So here's a chicken nugget.
That's so funny.
My God.
Okay, let's see. Trying.
Obviously, white meat.
He's definitely past the football playing stage. He's doing electrician apprenticeship type stuff right now, so he can get the hell out of the house.
Yep. Junior Sparky. And of course, I got the Inferno sauce because.
What's this? Is that what that is?
And listen,
There you go.
I don't want to listen. I don't want to eat.
tea or Coke?
Somebody had me watch a video. I don't want to eat and drink during a video because I don't need anybody saying nothing about me. So I'm not gonna eat during this video.
Okay, well then let me test one of your chicken nuggets.
Goddamn,
with this
what is
Inferno
this?
sauce.
I told you, peach tea or Coke. You drank my peach tea.
Oh, well, here.
Can I have a nugget so I can taste that Inferno sauce? I just want to taste the Inferno sauce. I just need a vehicle for it.
You got fried rice?
Got to get him to sign up to
Ooh, I do.
Prime.
Never
And
mind.
use
I'll
you as a
try to-
reference. I'm not sure that he would be necessarily the best truck driver. But one thing he will do is he'll shit in a heartbeat anywhere. That's one thing I don't do. I burn shower curtains to take shit. He'll just shit like in any random toilet, wherever it is. You know, we be out at like a restaurant. This motherfucker in the bathroom shitting. So he's a super trucker from that aspect.
I don't know. The trucking aspect does seem tempting nowadays.
How do you know he's not thinking about trucking?
Because he's not. Okay, is the company driver trainer?
Actually, maybe you need to talk to him a little bit more often.
Yeah, man, I will burn a shower credit in a second, and I will like double up on my shower. So like at Petro TA, it doesn't matter if you get over 60 gallons, you only get the one shower credit. So I'll do like 60 gallons, stop it, then start it over, do another 60 gallons. And if I can get 3 of those, and that's 3 shower credits, right? Or else I'll do like if I look and there's like a Petro and a Love's, or well, Love's was giving us shower credits all last year, so it really didn't matter as much. But if there's like a Flying J and a Petro somewhere, I'd get like, and the price was about the same, I get like 60 gallons here, 60 gallons here, because shower credits, I don't care about the points. I need the shower credits because I need to be a little bit, I need to have my personal space. I just can't just be like people looking under there, my shoes, looking between the cracks, all that stuff. Can't do
I'll
it.
say
Your
you.
poop is shy.
He's a shy pooper. Like if I gotta go, I gotta go.
Can we talk about something else? Y'all are eating.
Yeah, we're about to be done with that.
Yeah, y'all are eating.
Oh yeah, before I forget, Road Roosters, right? What do you think of the whiskey?
Oh yeah,
1 out of
whiskey's pretty
10.
good. I'd say it's up there like an 8. I mean, it's a lot less harsh than some of your other whiskeys.
Oh yeah, they finish in wine barrels.
All right.
Supposedly.
Save that bottle. That's actually pretty cool.
So on a scale of 1 to 10. Okay, so we got that. Yep, shower credits is definitely the way to go. Wife says she wants to drive a truck. Go knock that one out. Yeah, Twisted Big D. I kind of watch him every now and then because I like to park down at the end of that pad. So I see kind of what he has going on. Definitely good. Got a good definitely a good trainer.
Yo, Mr. Moreau, sorry, man. I might not have seen your question, or he might not.
What was the question? What was the question, man? Type it again. Sorry. Let's look for his question when it comes back up. Type that again, Mr. Moreau. That's what I'm talking about, driver lineup.
Can a company driver do TNT training?
Yes. But I'm not and I don't like talking about company driver stuff because I'm not a company driver. So I think that as a company driver, I don't know. I know they could do it. I'm just not sure how they're paid, and I don't want to speak out of place. Am I lighting up the grill? I want to. It's going to be one of my pellet grills. I can't go out to my offset. I'm too out of practice for that right now.
Oh.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna start selling off grills because I got like 9 of them.
Mr. Moreau asked, "Is company driver can do TNT training?"
Yes, you just answered that question.
Perfect.
What's the name of it again? It's called Angels Envy. That's kind of that. I told him to just get me a surprise, give me a little whiskey, not no hippie peach shit or honey or apple or nothing like that. Just put some thought into it.
Yep, I found that. Try the Inferno sauce here. It's perfect.
I don't want to eat on camera. Like I said, some people take umbrage to that, apparently. I wouldn't. TNT trainer train me. Yeah, so Captain Man said that. And I personally, if I was to train somebody, or if I do take another TNT student, I'd hope that they're leaning towards leasing, just because there's certain stuff about company driving that I can't. Like, I don't know anything about how they have to fuel and how they get like reefer fuel and different ways to work around the macro 27 fuel stuff. I don't know any of that stuff. So I would be sending somebody out there with not enough knowledge on what they need.
Jenna's offering you cash to eat.
She's trying to start some shit. No, I'm not going to bite on that one.
And then show me guy. He's asking smooth or a bit of a bite.
No, it's actually really smooth. I would say that it's kind of like a. It's kind of smooth like a Scotch in a way, but I don't know. It's very smooth. Ask Kearney. Well, yeah, I know that you don't pay for fuel and you fuel where you're told to, but like when you have to get reefer fuel, like I don't know the process or how that goes. Like if I need reefer fuel, boom, I get the trailer, stop wherever, get reefer fuel. I know there's a different process that I don't know anything about, so I would be sending somebody out there without really knowing how to do that part of their job. Yeah, it does say this is. Does this say it's bourbon? Yeah, Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, finished in port wine barrels. So port wine. I used to be a wine snob. Port wine is like a sweeter wine. So you talking about what is this truck driving shit you're trying to think about?
Doesn't sound something to have in my back pocket to think about.
I think you should keep your ass right where you are.
Oh,
let's see.
What, you wouldn't want to have me on the road as your trainee? You be my trainer?
Oh hell no.
Make some fun videos.
All right, Bernard D. I appreciate you checking in. Shoot. Okay, we send a message to dispatch to open up the car. How long can that take? You know what? That's another thing. Somebody was asking me, and they're like, oh, you just talk about the good stuff with Prime. If you've gone and watched some of my videos, there have been some times when I've probably said some things Prime didn't like. And one of those things when I said the claims department, I love my Peterbilt, but claims is like a Peterbilt dealership. It's always open when you don't need it and never open when you do. So I've said things like that I'm sure that they don't like. Listen, live low calls in the middle of the night, sitting on hold for like 40 minutes, don't make no damn sense whatsoever. And then, like, you start driving, it's like when you're not driving, they just say, like, what's your address on the bills? Blah, blah, blah. All right, you're good to go. Now, I could have a 13,000-mile load. I start driving just because I can't sit there for 20 minutes, and that's the time they ask me, what's the bill of lading number? What's the seal number? What are your gauge weights? What's this? What's that? And it's like, bro, if you had answered the phone earlier, I could have been sitting around telling you all this stuff. So, they need to tighten that up too.
So cute when you try to talk cool.
I'm not trying to talk cool, man.
You never said bro.
You were definitely. So how long do I plan on staying in trucking for? You know, I don't know. It depends. I know at some point, no matter how long I'd stay in, it'd be ramping down. So the 2.5 more years is going to be when I kind of think about what I want to do. Because at that point, I could run half as much and make the same amount of money. Or you could just be like, you know what, let's just like go for it as a solo for a year and just stack some money. Could you imagine what some of listen, there's a lot of these guys out there, they go under the radar. Some of these guys that have their paid off lease purchase that are teaming, or not teaming, but training. Oh, man, listen, that's ridiculous. I mean, you're talking about, did you see those figures I sent Jenna? Because I saw that they were somebody on your channel, like questioning my figures and everything. So I sent them to you in case you needed to go over them with that person, because I didn't know that he'd gone so in depth on that on your video, trying to make me look like a clown or something. Anyway, so I'm not sure. 2.5 years is going to be when I kind of recalibrate things. And can I just step out of it? You know what I mean? So if I have 2 trucks running, how do I actually need to be driving a certain amount? Those are all things I need to kind of look into. Let's see. Yeah, that's a joke about the live load people. I don't get it. And then sometimes when you do answer, when they pick up at night, and this is on rare occasion, but they act like you're inconveniencing them. Like, listen, motherfucker, I didn't need to call here anyway. You know, I got a full trailer. I could run this load without adding fuel. So technically, I don't need your ass. But that's on rare occasion. But when it happens, boy. And like I said, I've only got kind of sideways with the dispatcher one time, and that was like a few weeks ago in California. No, Captain Banana, not quite yet. Why don't I ever take my dog on the road? Man, my dog's... Come here. Pick up Penny for me.
Go get Daddy. Go get Daddy, Frank.
Come here. Penny.
Oh, no, she's...
Come here, go get Daddy.
My dogs ain't no road dogs, first of all. And second of all, me having a dog on the road would be putting loads in jeopardy, because if anything ever happened to my dog, the load would not be even... See, I got these old little raggedy dogs right here. They ain't about that life. All right, let's go. They are not about that life.
I wouldn't leave. Like, I already have to deal with you not being here. I don't need you and the dogs. Okay, in a minute.
All right, goddamn. Just
I
taking
just wanted to give you a hug.
All right, well, don't eat it. All right, I just think it's funny because I know, Road Rooster, that is exactly the thing. Why do I need to call to give them the same damn information? Let me have somebody critiquing my live, because I'm going to take a little bite right quick. Delicious.
Just make it a mukbang.
No, that I'm done with that.
So Jenny
I just want to get a little taste right quick.
Jenny will still give you that $20.
That Inferno sauce. Oh,
All right,
you
so
want that other sauce?
yeah, I don't understand.
Done.
No, I don't understand why they do that. And the one I really don't understand is the live dispatch. That one I really don't understand. They tell you the same shit that's in the note. Anyway, enough about that. Yeah, calling in early in the morning like that. And that's usually when I be trying to get my main, that's my main running time. Pick up them loads all late at night like that. And then you got to be sitting there. And they don't understand that some of these places you just can't just sit there in a convenient location. You got to get off the lot or get off their, yard, whatever. Yeah. Oh, man. I had a night dispatch person. And like I said, I don't have a problem with night or weekend dispatch. I get some good loads from them. But when I'm doing a live load call and the load is 18,000 pounds and they ask me what my gauge weights are and I say, I didn't even check them. And they're like, well, I need the weights. Really? 18,000 pounds? So anyway. Yeah, I forgot, Michael. You got James Wyckoff as your fleet manager. I didn't even call the last time. Sometimes if it's a high value load, I'll send him a message and say, is live load call really necessary? And then he says, yeah, and then I call. But what's up, Jesse? I hate it when my fleet manager is not working. Everything gets screwed up. Like I said, I usually don't have as a matter of fact, I was going to do a review. I've been doing all my 2-year reviews. I wanted to do one on my fleet manager and fleet management in general, but I wanted to put a little thought into it. But I don't have an issue with fleet managers. I really don't worry about weekend dispatch or night dispatch if it's coming down to get a load. They've really never done me wrong. Now, somebody in Pittston tried to do me wrong when I was new. If you're new, boy, sometimes they try to stick it in you, boy. I'm sitting at Pittston, and I kind of know when people are trying to use that little authoritative voice and stuff. So I'm like chilling. It's like, I don't know, 8:30 at night. I think it was New Year's Day. And I get a call from a dispatcher, and he's like, when are you going to be available? I was like, I could be available now. What's up? Well, I got this load going to, I forget what the city was, but I got a load going here, delivering on such and such. Can you take it? I was like, it was like somewhere in New York. I didn't recognize the name, but it didn't sound like it was like down near New York City, but it was. So once he sends me the load.
That's Tropicana.
No, it wasn't Tropicana.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm sure. In between, because I never did the load.
Oh, okay.
So in between when I told him I'd do it and when he sent me the load, I had a chance to look it up, and I started regretting it. But when he sent me the load, it had 2 drops on it. One was in Queens, New York, and one was like, I'm trying to think, was it Bergen, New Jersey? I don't remember. It was like 2 places that were fucked up areas, and they were 2 days apart. So I was going to have to worry about parking both those days. I was going to hit the George Washington Bridge. I was going to go through all this stuff. So then I'd already gave him my word, even though he lied to me on the drops. I was like, how much is this paying? And then he started sounding frustrating. So then I started like thinking about myself. He's like, I don't know. It's like $2 a mile. And I was like, well, that's really not that many miles. Plus I got to do this and do that. And then he like, this was a fleet manager out of Pittston. Then he tried to like, I can't remember the tactic he tried to use. I was like, you know what? I'm not sure this is going to work for me. So I just got off the load. But it was almost like it was like a, man, I can't explain what the feeling was that I got from it. But that's why every now and then I just say, you got to turn down a load just to turn down a load so they know you're serious.
Well, so where the drinks at? He's got whiskey. He's got whiskey.
All right, man. Get to that list. Hey, I'm sure you're going to do well over there at Schneider. Sorry to see you go. And you were right, Terry. What I do on that, man, is I will play the audio of their message. I could usually get the point, and if it's worth me pulling over, then I'll pull over as soon as I can. But yeah, definitely.
Damn.
You know, one thing I could say about night and weekend dispatch is when they send a load, they're like, you know, they'll send a pre-plan, then they'll be like, are you okay with the you know what I'm saying? Like, just want to make sure this is fine. So it's a little bit, it's a very respectful how they go about doing it. So I've never had a problem with them. Yeah, he tried to do the takeaway close on me, but he forgets I was a salesman. Don't look, anybody. I just want to take just a quick little sample right quick.
Hey, what's your driver's code again?
WHILYV.
There you go, Jenna. You're welcome.
All right. I'm not usually a viewer of some of the content that I saw yesterday, but somebody was bringing some heat yesterday, some straight fire. I don't want to be part of nobody's video, so I'm trying to, lay low. What's up, Michaela? And listen, appreciate anybody using my driver code and all that kind of stuff, but listen, I do pay it forward, all right? Seriously. I went in there one time and it had like all different kinds of shirts, and there might even be somebody in here. She might be driving actually now, but I bought like a bunch of like women's clothes and just gave those away to like a bunch of female highway diamonds. I went there and gave like the whole like housekeeping staff some stuff. Next time I go in there, I'm gonna even do some more. So it's not like I'm just not like paying it forward, or I'm trying to be a prime recruiter or anything like that. I'm just trying to, offset.
I didn't think it was gonna be that easy to get you to say it. So
offset some costs.
I just thought I'd, try to catch you. So yes, Jenna, that was for you.
Yeah, so anyway, these are some good chicken nuggets over here.
Chicken tenders.
Whatever, still white meat. I don't know, I gave you one, so maybe next time you type something, they'll be up there.
It was good.
What shirt size are you? I'm making some. It really depends, man. If it's Prime's clothes, boy, they must be. A lot of them Prime clothes, man. They must be marketing to Somalis, boy. Because them extra large, you open them up, they be like that. So I'd say typically 2X, maybe 3X, depending. Hey, bring them patches over here. You got like a red Peterbilt, then the light blue Peterbilt, then the yellow one, and then one of those. So, and you bought some hats, right?
Yeah.
Jenna, my wife bought some hats. I don't know if Jenna wants some pink ones.
Pink one what?
Some pink Peterbilt. So my wife has a sewing machine. She's able to do shit like that.
Embroidery machine.
Whatever.
Get it right.
So what I want her to do, can you do like a Wu-Tang Clan symbol and put Peterbilt through it?
Yep.
That's what I want. Oh, that would be straight fire. The Wu-Tang W with Peterbilt in the. You gotta do that. I would rock that like so hard.
You're so easy to please.
Oh
and
man.
You barely, guys. He just doesn't drink. You barely drink anything. You haven't finished.
I haven't been able to. One thing about being a truck driver is I've lost my
iron liver
palate for the harder alcohols and stuff.
You get a little giddy, a little quick.
What made me decide to do YouTube? Well, I have another YouTube channel that's kind of dormant right now. It's called No Hippie Barbecue. There's like 40,000, 45,000 subscribers over there, but I really haven't concentrated on that for at least a good 3 years.
That's why you need to let us have fun with it.
I originally started that channel out just to kind of just start documenting stuff. You know what I'm saying? So,
shoot, even I'm in a couple of those episodes, and you can just see how much bigger I am than him.
Oh no!
Plus, you did that one Reaper chip challenge. If you want to see him make some funny faces.
So anyway, I just started that channel up just to
Come here, Bubba. Fucking shit up. Come here.
just to document stuff.
So they could see how funny you were.
Yeah, just either sit down or don't.
You're grouchy.
I am doing a lease purchase on that truck.
Mason and I are really funny, so that's who really should.
Peterbilt spelled wrong. Oh, that would be tight too. I know this one's not spelled wrong.
What?
No, they're trying. No, I think they say maybe if you
Oh,
got one.
what?
That says,
So it should be spelled Freightliner? Is that it?
no, I mean just like if that would be pretty tight if you were to have like a Peterbilt logo but have it spelled wrong. I don't know. That might be cool. But yeah, the Wu-Tang W with Peterbilt through it.
Well, I'll get on that, baby.
That'd be fire, boy.
Then I'll put that software to work that I bought. Thank you very much. I love you.
Country took her bad. What's up? Hope you enjoy your home time. Shoot. I really haven't gone to sleep yet. I delivered at 2:30 this morning. Tried to lay down and go to sleep. Really couldn't. So tonight I'm definitely gonna be sleeping good. Hopefully get my truck up to Peterbilt tomorrow at some point. Actually, I'll probably do that the next day. I just want to relax tomorrow. Did I used to do barbecue competitions? No, but I know people that did. And if TNT Barbecue's in here, he's somebody that does barbecue competitions. Everybody keeps trying to drag me out to the barbecue competition stuff, and I'm like, I'm not into those big dick swinging contests, so I'm not really. I hate to eat in front of y'all, but
Obviously not if you're doing it.
man, I need to check out your channel if I haven't.
Okay. We will. Before you leave, you will have that patch. The Wu-Tang Peterbilt patch.
That's gonna be straight fire. I might have to go buy something special for that.
What color?
Wu-Tang yellow. So just look at what the Wu-Tang Clan thing looks like, and where it says Wu-Tang Clan, just same thing except Peterbilt. And it doesn't even need to be Peterbilt like this. Like it doesn't have to. I mean,
It's not the Peterbilt font. It could be.
yeah. It could be the Peterbilt font though. Well, I took my barbecue serious enough to have. I think I got like between 8 or 9 smokers out back.
You go to
I got the big.
Not anymore.
Well, I got the big offset smoker, the heavy duty smoker. I got the pit barrel cooker. I got the Weber Smoky Mountain. That bullshit one I got to get rid of.
You
That
do have
master.
7 or 8.
That master built. Then I got the 2 pellet smokers. I got the Weber kettle grill. I sold one of those, so I still got the one Weber.
You do have 8.
And then I got
You do have 8.
the Camp Chef
Yeah.
flat top grill.
It's barbecue could go toe to toe, not beat Thyron's. So
Ooh.
Man, Thyron's the one asking me for. He's the one asking me for advice and flavor.
and that's what, and like y'all look up Thyron, y'all know he's going all around doing barbecue competition, and he goes
All
a
right.
mile for advice.
I didn't see that. As far as Wu-Tang Clan goes, RZA is probably my least favorite of the whole batch of them. Let's see. I am thinking about doing like because I'm trying to do some easy shit while I'm home. I might do some like white sauce barbecue chicken with white sauce, something like that. Oh, I've had a load where they had to have the inspectors go out there and inspect it and hold me up on a load. But I was counting that detention shit. I was like, all right, I'm good. Most of those grills were given to me by companies to promote their product. So yeah, as a matter of fact, I had 3 pellet grills because I had one company send me 2 pellet cookers, theirs in a competition. So they sent me This was Camp Chef sent me their smoker, and they sent me the Traeger. Once I was done doing the videos they wanted, I got rid of the Traeger. Then I had a company called what's the grill out there? Andrea, what's the other grill? Not the Camp Chef. But what's the other grill out there? The pellet one?
Yeah, the Z grill.
Yeah, then I had Z Grill sent me one, so I still have that one. Then Camp Chef sent me their flat top griddle, so I got that.
Ask Jenna, hot pink or regular pink?
Hot pink or regular pink, Jenna. So I didn't pay for most the stuff that I bought. I bought a lot of used stuff. So my big offset smoker, that would have been about $1,100 used, or new. I bought it for $100. I got a lot of it's just been used. I do like the pellet smokers, especially when I'm too lazy to get out there with some like wood and charcoal. Like the last thing I want to do now is go out and buy wood right now. And
if you want to cook, the pellets are gone or next to gone.
Okay, and I just don't want to be walking in and out of the house, stoking fires, and making sure that the temperature is staying the right thing on my.
About to say, when you babysit them briskets or full racks for 8 hours a night, those came out the best.
So anyway, your videos are very informative. Debating on coming to. Listen, man, I couldn't be happier with Prime. I'm gonna be straight up honest with you. And it's not about, let's take the money out of it. You're going to do fine, whether your company, lease, whatever. It's just a good company. I mean, once you make it past that training gauntlet, this is a great company. But, they're going to thin the herd a little bit there.
Oh, Andrew, I just got him some nice whiskey and a nice meal.
Yes, Prime does hire out of Washington State. That's what got me. They didn't hire out of Washington State for a while. This one's a little tighter than the other one. Puma gang, shoot, don't. What are they saying about Puma?
Big Dave asked, "Where's your Puma?"
Oh yeah, here's Puma. There's one I haven't rocked that olive yet. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I can only carry so much shit with me while I'm out on the road. All right, so we already answered that. Someday do your own research, but Prime is us. Yeah, like I said, couldn't be happier with Prime. I always use charcoal. Yeah, charcoal. I mean, if I had to just have one smoker, it would be the Weber Kettle Grill. I got the big 26-inch one. So if I just had to have one, that would be what I would keep. And if I do use anything with wood and charcoal, or wood or charcoal this week, or during my home time, that would be what I cook on. Either sit your ass down, don't be just sitting on my shoulder like that.
I ain't sitting on your shoulder. I'm standing over you. But I need to go get clean.
All right.
It was nice talking with y'all. Nice seeing, well, not seeing, but you know what I mean. Live good lives, and I'll probably end up seeing y'all again.
All right. Let's see. Yep, I agree with what Captain Banana said right there. I've been doing Swift and Prime. Now, I just did a video where I was talking about Swift. Swift, if you live in the right area, I think could be a better choice than Prime, depending on what you want to run. I was talking to somebody who lives in Texas, and they wanted to be home all the time. They were wanting to go company, and Swift has those loads where you don't even leave Texas, or they have a lot of those almost local type stuff, more than what Prime would have. So I don't think there's anything wrong with Swift. And I keep saying Swift backs into harder docks than Prime ever had to even think about. So because of that, and I said in one of my videos, I think the average Swift driver with commensurate experience will outback an average Prime driver with the similar amount of experience. Because You don't ever see us in no Dollar Tree backed into that little small shit. We're out in front of some Family Dollar or some of these little obscure type places where you'll see Swift, Werner, and you'll see a lot of, is it Night? I don't know. You see a lot of these like trucking companies in these like little tight ass like docks and stuff. And thank God Prime is usually at the distribution level. So we don't have to, like, I could almost understand why, if the perception is they tear shit up, why that might be, because putting them in a lot of traffic dense areas, they're delivering to a lot of local Walmarts, stuff like that. You got to cut them some slack, boy. Jenna said hot pink.
I got it.
How long do I have to stay with Prime? It's 1 year, but goddamn, it's a year. A year ain't enough time. I mean, shit. Who can't do a year somewhere? And if you're military, 9 months. I don't know anything about U.S. Express. Sierra England. Okay, now. Okay, yep. Sierra England and Swift both have big box store account. Yeah. Now, I haven't heard too many good things about Sierra England other than some of their like if you can get on some of those different accounts and stuff like that. But even on those accounts, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about having to drive or unload and all that kind of stuff. I can't do it. I'm sorry. Well, I do appreciate that. I want to keep putting out videos and all that kind of stuff. I would try to say your name, but I don't want to embarrass myself. I don't know. I never tried grill, that grill rescue type stuff. I've touched freight 2 times. One time it was a brand new account with Prime. It was going to Roanoke, Texas. It was a pharmaceutical load. And what I think happened was this was a company that normally wasn't used to handling this level of product, but since COVID, they had a larger shipment. So they were used to having people come in and deliver it in small trucks and unload the stuff themselves. So I backed into this place and I'm all chilling and everything. And they're like, when do you plan on unloading? I was like, what are you talking about? Well, we don't unload trucks. So I got the pleasure of unloading that. I was hotter than hell on that. I was pissed on that, especially when they were talking all down to me. Anyway, so that was one. And then that flour load when I was in training was another one. That's why I will never do another. No lie about this. Before I unload a flour load, I would quit Prime. As much as I love them, I will quit Prime before I do a flour load that I have to unload. All right. Let's see. Former Army. So I forgot. Yeah. Anybody's in the military, 9-month contract. Why would you pay for it on your own to go outside of Prime? And I'm not saying Prime. I'd say, if you can get a company to pay for it, why not? Especially if it's just a year, 9 months, something like that. I mean, shit, you don't really even know how to truck in the first 9 months. It took me I'm not even going to lie. It took me a good year before I started thinking about what I was going to have to deal with when I backed into a certain shipper receiver. I was like, all right, well, I might look it up or, all this kind of stuff and think about how to do it. Man, I'd be worried about shit before there was even time to worry about it. It wasn't probably till a good year in to where I didn't even think about what kind of a back I was going to have to do or anything like that. It was just like, deal with it when you deal with it. 4 years at a factory. See, that's young man's work right there. Referring to the Dollar Tree account and the Dollar General account for U.S. Express. I actually talked to a U.S. Express driver at a truck stop maybe about 6 months ago that was on that exact account, and they were asking me about Prime, and I don't know if they ever left U.S. Express or not, but they were asking me about it, and they were complaining about always having to put their trucks in. Like, it was almost hard to dock in some of these docks without tearing up your truck, was what I got from that conversation. All right, Jenna, I'll check you out later. Hey, before you go, I'm going to check out one more nugget, like I said, or chicken tender. All right. It's not a crappy load going to Ohio. No such thing. Anything to get to Ohio. Love that place. Yeah, them flour loads. I don't know how they keep tricking people into doing them, to be honest with you. Does Prime help you team with someone if you want to team drive? Yeah, but you could probably find out. And I didn't mean to be eating like this. You could probably just find it through a Facebook group or what have you. Easier than.
I got it.
I had it level before you start fucking with it.
No.
Right.
I hate that picture anyway. Wouldn't it
Actually, I love that
fall,
picture.
it would be great.
Actually, I love that. Anyway, just go. Sit down.
Oh, really?
Quit critiquing.
I might
shit.
just sit down next to you then. Here, let me just sit.
All right, we're about to end this.
Just sit on the lap. Thank you.
Yeah, Dollar General has hand unload. There's no way I could do those.
We'll sit right here.
All right,
Can
but
you
this
one up
just-
too? There we go. Don't tell me to go sit down someplace.
Go lay down.
Come on.
Go. Where's mine?
Diddy, come on. Come on, mommy. You like me better anyway. Come on.
This chicken is some good. I mean, I don't want to be eating on video, but if I have to eat on video, this place is from, or this chicken's from a place called Slim Chickens. That's some good. Those are some good chicken strips, or whatever you want to call them.
A red road rooster.
I'm really not drinking to the level I really want to. I just don't have that urge.
Come here.
Okay.
Come here, baby. Come here.
All right. I'm done eating because, like I said, I don't want to disrespect y'all like that. But I was hungry. What's up, 21? I've been checking out your videos. Like I said, when I'm watching people's videos, I can't really be commenting on them, but I see you doing your thing out there on that owner-operator level. As a matter of fact, if you see this channel right here, go check him out as well. Oh my God, 21, OMG 21. When me and my first trainer were going through some shit, the day that me and my first trainer broke up, he was who I called to kind of tell him what was going down and everything and how I should kind of approach that situation. I don't know if you remember that or not, but he was who I talked to, like, as it was like going down. I'm glad I finally made it home too. Like 9 weeks out was way too much. As a matter of fact, when I picked up my trainee, I was actually going to be heading home that next week. So So I'm thinking, all right, well, this trainee him and his last trainer weren't getting along. So he only had 15,000 miles to go. So I'm thinking 15,000 miles, that's like under 3 weeks. Boom, I'll take him and knock it out real quick. As soon as I got 30,000 miles, and they started, well, he's on the list and this and that. I mean, he damn near ended up with 50,000 miles by the time it was done. And that whole, I don't mind driving for 50,000 miles, but just not knowing when it was going to end was just driving me fucking crazy. So I've broken my no California rules, loads going in and out on the owner-op side. I made good money last week going in, or this last month going in and out of California. As a matter of fact, a good load going into California and a good load coming out of California was part of the reason that my last week was so good. Listen, I'm a 5-week person. That's what I try to keep it at. But I'm not going to take a T&T student and then not finish it unless they want to go home. I'm not going to be the one being like, I'm going on vacation. Fend for yourself. I'm not going to do that. Trucker girl Kiana, actually, she is somebody that I met when I was going through training in Salt Lake City. She came in to Salt Lake City with her dog, hung out at the training pad for a while. Was out there watching me use my infinite backing skills. She was like, there's a super trucker right there. I was like, yes, sir. Just joking about the super trucker thing. Oh, I hear you, but man, in that TNT, like I said, my fleet manager is asking me if I wanted to do it again. And I was just like, man, I don't know. I mean, yeah, 5 weeks is good. And I did 3 weeks or 3 months over the holiday. And that was entirely too long. Yeah, well, listen, Kiana, I'm not sure if you've been to the Salt Lake City terminal now that they've got it finished, but Salt Lake City is clearly the best terminal between all the terminals at Prime. I mean, the Salt Lake City terminal is like Springfield, but condensed and updated. So it's like shrunk down into manageable walking distances, but upgraded everything. Now, having the little motion activated sinks in a shower room doesn't really make that much sense, but Captain Banana, yeah, that's insane right there. Listen, I'm a proponent of staying on your lease or on your trainer's truck. I stayed on my trainer's truck for 7 months. Do you know how many shippers and receivers I had a chance to get to? All that stuff, learned how each one of those kind of operated. Now, in hindsight, I probably wouldn't do that long. Again, I would have just gone out, did my lease purchase sooner than later, and then got it going. But every single one of those miles was like worth it. I'm telling you. And you know how many people come off their trainer's trucks and are like, it's hard to see somebody at a wide open dock struggling to back, and you want to ask them if they want some help, but you don't want to like overstep your bounds. So you're sitting there looking at them trying to do a 90-degree alley dock when they got like 10,000 miles of room in front of them. So you see a lot of that. And one thing I will say about Prime's training, listen, what Prime needs to do is I know Swift does it, and I think Stevens might do it. When it's time for you to upgrade, and this is to check the student and the trainer, they need to have not this simulator and all that bullshit, they need to actually have like backing, like you need to prove you could back it and different kind of stuff, and then just some other general knowledge type stuff. You need to pass that before you go solo, and then you're going to end up having better trainers and almost have it like the same trifecta thing. You come back and you pass it on the first time, then your TNT trainer gets, a bonus. If they don't pass it, then it keeps going down, and then you're going to find out who your bad trainers are. Because after a while, if the same trainer's having students that are coming in that can't do these tasks, then that's on the trainer. Just my 2 cents. Yep, man, I was chilling at the campus like overnight. Like I was there for a long time. I took my guy in to upgrade, so I took him over to Fire and Ice for dinner. It was like a congratulations dinner, and stayed the night. You can request a trainer. That doesn't mean you're going to get that trainer. Would you buy a used truck from Pedigree if you hadn't purchased? I personally wouldn't do it. Personally, not that there's anything wrong with that. But the guy I talked to that kind of was putting me up on game as far as running a fleet with N Prime, and I don't have any aspirations of running a fleet. I just may add one truck. But what he does is he's lease purchased some trucks. He's got outside financing on some trucks, and he's gone through Pedigree on some trucks. So he has I think he said 12 or 13 trucks at Prime. I personally would just get the new stuff. So that's just me, but let's see.
It's okay. It's okay.
There's nothing wrong with staying in the cut. Yeah, the Publix. I actually like the Publix for most parts. I haven't been to the one in Georgia yet. Yeah, that terminal in Salt Lake City is the bomb right now.
Hey.
Kiersey's still at the Springfield. I don't know where Kiersey's at. If she is at the Springfield terminal, I didn't see her. I just left a while ago.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that's one thing I have to keep reminding my co-driver of when we were driving that last week, because I think after a while you get your miles, and I could sense that he was getting a little comfortable, a little more comfortable. Going around curves maybe a little faster than he was, maybe, just doing stuff like that. And I was like, the last thing you want is a critical event right now. You know what I'm saying? And I never got on him about driving or anything like that. If he did something that, there was a hard break one time, and all I didn't yell at him, go up and, people know when they do wrong shit. I just went up there, looked at the Qualcomm, and I just said, I'm just making sure I'm not spending 10 more thousand miles with you. And then I looked, all right, you might want to keep it easy on the brakes, then I'm done. You can't, there's too many people out there actually trying to overtrain people for the sake of asserting dominance over somebody almost. What's up, Kiersey? I'm just over here chilling. I got a little bit of food over here, but I don't want to really be eating too much on camera since I am drinking. Actually, I just don't have that same. Taste for harder type alcohol. All right, so let's see. Undercover boss. Listen, my last student was so good, I thought they were pulling some undercover boss shit on me. Seriously, they got to do something about some of this training stuff. I mean, we just lost a good driver over some petty bullshit. And he already had 30,000 miles. So rather than just saying, you know what, you have 30,000 miles, why don't you just go home and sit until the truck comes available? Rather than doing that, they let this guy walk. And it just makes no sense. What do you know about the tanker side of Prime? I don't know anything about the tanker side of Prime. All I know is I don't want to fall off one of them bitches in the wintertime. I know. Like I said, I'm a little... I can't get after it like I used to. I could understand that. I mean... Listen, I don't know much about freight lanes. Okay, let me kind of say. I know where I run, and I know that that is a great area. I can't always stay there, but one thing I've noticed is, for the most part, with exception, a lot of times if you're staying in a region, that inter-region stuff just doesn't seem to pay as good as stuff that either comes out of the region, into the region, or into the region, out of the region. But you can make money running in California, like just running around out there, because I got stuck out there once, and that was all right. I don't know. I don't know anything about leasing on the tanker side, but tanker seems to drive in those areas that I don't like to drive, that northeast shit. That New England stuff. I know that pinky lets you know. See, the pinky lets you know that you're not, you're man enough to show a little bit of etiquette. What's my opinion on the walkaway lease versus lease purchase? Lease purchase all the way. If you go company, go in edible, plenty of runs in Missouri, the Midwest, lease make plenty of money. I ran Northeast. Yeah, that's too much. You get me out above like Pennsylvania for too long of a period of time, and I'm like, I start bucking. It's like, get me out now. I ain't waiting around for the next load. Get me out. I prefer to stay Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, Tennessee, all that, But in general, even in summer, I don't like going west of Cheyenne. And I don't like going north of New York. And I don't like going into New York City area. And I don't like Florida, not because of the money. I just don't like Florida just because I don't like Florida. Let's see. I don't know what your question was for Kiersey.
Did you guys talk about excessive time for inbound, outbound?
Oh. Man, they ain't going to change that. They in there changing brand new tires and shit. Like, I don't. I've had a trailer that I've told them some shit was wrong on it, and they didn't get to it. But then when I come through with the trailer that I've actually gone to the terminal, took 45 minutes to go through the terminal at night, go park, deliver the next morning, which was my mistake. I learned not to do that, but left out the next morning, and then they were like trying to re-inspect it that next morning. I was like, you guys just did this last night. But yeah, I don't do that anymore. if I'm near the area and I'm just gonna be in and out, I like that. What's that? Apple Barrel rest stop on that Apple Barrel restaurant or truck stop in like Joplin, and then there's an Oasis that's the opposite direction. I'll stop at those before I go into the terminal. Yeah, I don't like Northeast loads either. Especially if you got done driving like 9-10 hours and you're pulling into the terminal, and then they're just like, and I get it. I understand they got a job to do, but damn, sometimes that is a long ass wait when you come in and you're tired after driving all that time. Man, if you just saw me going to sleep, or just come out and say what's up. That was a good Costco in Michigan too. I think my co-driver hit that dock over there. See, my co-driver, he will put near the end, especially, he will put that thing anywhere. But the fine art of getting it like straight, exactly, like he wasn't good, like the little, like just getting it completely straight. Like that was his problem. Like he'll put it in anything, but just like getting it straight, like he was always a little bit crooked. You know what I mean? But he did that back at that Costco. Man, say what's up next time, especially if I was just up. I drove a truck in NYC for 20 years. Listen, you deserve a medal. But you know what? That's the thing. If you drove a truck there for 20 years, you know everything about it. That's one of the things I hate about New York City. Isn't that it's all that complicated, but you got all these truck drivers that run in, entirely New York City, especially those little box trucks. And you got all these guys cutting in and out of, exactly where they're turning and all this stuff. Meanwhile, I'm supposed to take the next exit, but is it this exit or the one that's like an eighth of a mile past that? So I'm trying to figure out if all I had to do was New York, I could do New York. But I don't want to get that familiar with it to where I know it that well. Ooh, I thought somebody was about to bring up an Atlas. All right. That Manuka terminal is going to be a great one to have right there. Ran Northeast wintertime. Last winter was a bad winter. I was thinking about ordering a truck. And I think my pay package I would have an extraordinary pay package, but I don't want to order it now and have it come in the wintertime just so somebody could tear up the truck. Well, they'd be getting my truck, but I don't want to have a truck getting tore up in the wintertime. So I was going to maybe have it come in March if I do it. So I'm going to maybe start looking for somebody to do that. Somebody that's been with Prime for a year would be great. This company, a good company driver at Prime that wants some benefits of Lease and more money than they're making now would be a great person to run this truck. Man, all right. Man, I'm the most down-to-earth person in the world. Now, I did run into somebody that was on YouTube, and I said, what's up to them? And they acted like I was a fan or something like that. I was like, bro, I thought they were going to write out an autograph for me for a second. I was like, I was just saying what's up. You know what I mean? But if anybody stops me, listen, one thing I've learned, and I do it, is I'm so interested in people's stories. If you ever stop me and say, what's up, you're going to be like, dang, is this guy ever going to stop talking? Because I'm going to be asking you about why you come, why are you where you're at? I have a real interest in why people are where they're at, and I'll stop and have that conversation. It's not just trying to blow somebody off and move on. I'm more interested than probably whoever meets me. Let's see. Yeah, well, man. That would be you. What do you mean, Captain Banana? Andrew, that's kind of what I was looking for. Plus, I was looking for somebody. I had somebody that I was talking to that I think would have been perfect. Driving for 3 years, was thinking about going lease, but really was kind of at the time apprehensive about it. And I would have actually ordered the truck like right then had they not ended up choosing to go lease. But I just can't pull somebody right out of TNT and put them in a truck like that. Shoot, if you're serious about that, let me know. Because I think, man, the way you're staying out there, I think you would be another perfect candidate for that. And I would actually order that truck like sooner than later. I might even let you have a Freightliner, even though I'm anti-Freightliner. But shoot, I would, you know what? I'll call you tomorrow and see how serious you are about that. Can you lease purchase out of training, and can you order a specific truck? What they will tell you is you need to lease for 3 months. They told me they would have let me lease right out of training had I wanted to. I was too scared to do it. I think what they want to see if you do that is that you got some money. They're not going to take somebody that has $14,000 and after they pay the $14,000, they ain't got no money left. So I kind of told them what I had, and they were like, you know, you could do it if you want. So typically they're saying no, 90 days. And if you have a little bit of money, you know, they'll let you do it. So no Hippie on weekend at driver lineup. He was busy going outbound. Man, if you guys see me, just say what's up, man. Because sometimes that actually makes me feel a little bit better. Because I'm kind of, to be honest with you, I kind of keep to myself to some degree unless I really know somebody. So this is a great way for me to like be at the terminal and then like feel a little bit more at home. So definitely say what's up. Freightliner. Woo, that'd be hard. That would be hard. Man, that's hard ordering a Freightliner. I'm just going to tell you. Woo! I don't know about top 1%. Anyway, I'm actually going to call you about that tomorrow because what I'm thinking about is more cents per mile than you're making. Throw a little guarantee on top of that. And, you know, if you're staying out the way you stay out, even like paying you while you're on home time and all that kind of stuff, we'll get to that if it's something that you're, you know, if you're really interested in doing. And I would have to see if I'm really interested in ordering a Freightliner. Oh, man, that would be hard. I might actually have to have you order that one for me. Give you my code and everything. All right. What's the best time of the year to start? I would say as soon as you're ready to get into trucking, but if you could train during the winter time, that's going to kind of build you. Like you're going to come out of that battle hard, especially all these people that trained last winter, even if they didn't learn how to back, they got battle hardened as far as driving, especially those people who had weak ass trainers that just had them driving at night. Those people that came out of that winter, those guys those guys are battle hardened. If you could go through a winter, that's the best time. But whenever and I won't train in the winter. I don't trust, man, you could put BJ McKay in the truck with me, and I'm not driving with anybody other than me in the winter. So, yeah, if you could go in the winter, that's great. But that would be the best time. But don't put off anything. Get in as soon as possible. Oh, man, it would be so much easier if you wanted a Peterbilt. Jesus. Yeah, see, and that was a video I was going to do on. One thing about trucking is you will learn. Everybody's like, I don't know how to back. I don't know this, that. Listen, you're going to learn all this shit. It's just a matter of how easy you're going to learn it. Like, some people, like, either you get trained well up front or you learn harder down the road. Either way, you're going to learn this job. And once you learn it, it's the easiest job in the world you could possibly ever do. Peterbilt all the way. That's what I'm saying. Maybe I got to have him come and drive my Peterbilt just so he knows really what he's turning down on that. It'd be hard work for me to order. Woo! I don't know if I could order a Freightliner. Sorry, I might have to. Freightliner has more space, but goddamn, how much space do you need? My thing is this, okay? If you're owning a truck, that means part of the value is what it's going to be worth down the line. Equal Peterbilts against Freightliners, same year, miles, all that stuff. The Peterbilt's going to be worth more money down the road than the Freightliner, just because I think it's a better truck, but let's say it's not. Let's say they're even, or let's say the Peterbilt's even slightly worse. It's going to hold its value more because there's not 1 billion of them on the road. So I always got to think about that if I'm going to be ordering a truck. And would that fuel savings offset the, cost of what you will lose in the value of the truck down the road? Pete gang, that's what I'm talking about.
Frankie.
I know, that's what I'm saying, Michael, but boy, that'd be hard work ordering a Freightliner. See, I don't think that you understand the leather-wrapped steering wheel, the simulated wood grain interior with the thin metal strip, built-in navigation, more legroom, bigger backs, bigger bed. You're giving up a little bit of storage. I'm going to give you that. Smooth ride. Sometimes, and I'm not even joking about this, sometimes the ride is so smooth, it almost feels like you're driving in a vacuum. Like it's the absence of like noise at all. Like it's like void. Yep, Rooster's preaching over there. International, no, I'd be all over a Freightliner first, but you can't lease purchase international anyway. I still think the Peterbilt is going to be worth more, just in terms of just having so many fewer Peterbilts on the used market than that. And I haven't had no problems with that damn Pack car. That bad boy's humming. Matter of fact, it's 95,000 miles, about to get it in for another oil change. See, I don't do the prime 75,000 mile. It's going in to get the oil change. We're going to do all the filters, do everything again, get that thing ready to go. get it back out. And that's one thing everybody's like, well, you can only get work done on a Peterbilt at a Peterbilt dealership. That's what I like about it. I don't have all these random people working on the truck. Let's see. Oh, and the catwalk. I'm glad you brought that up. A catwalk you could actually walk on. You can't even bend your fairings on that truck. You could jackknife that Peterbilt all you want. That cab will not touch the fairings on it. Now, you don't want to do a hard right because you will tear out them electrical line. But and I mean, like I said, for those people that, here's a little life hack for you. For people that live in cities where there's really not a truck stop, there's always a reason to have my truck in the shop. It could be something simple. Throw it in the shop. That's like 4 free days of parking right there. Okay. Hey, Mason, give me some ice. You're probably right about that. I haven't even poured any more of it. I've lost my tolerance to alcohol while I've been out on the road. Captain Banana, I'm telling you, because especially if you be riding mine, leather seat, heated, air-cooled seat, that thing adjusts like 45 different ways. You could have to squeeze you, not squeeze you, pump up your back, not pump up your back. Things like riding on a cloud. Yeah, T680, that's pretty much the same thing. One thing I didn't like about the T680s is the mirrors are attached to the truck and not the doors. And I don't know. It's a small thing. I just would rather them be attached to the door. So I was talking to, when it comes to that other truck that I was possibly thinking about getting, I was talking to that guy that has those trucks, Red Rooster Express at Prime. And he's the one that was telling me about the cents per mile layered with the guarantee. So a lot of what happens is, as the owner of a truck on a lease, some of these shorter loads make more sense financially than these longer loads. So there's always a conflict between the person that has the truck and the person that's driving the truck. But if you throw that guarantee on top of there, boom, that solves the problem right there. Then any little thing that happens, if the truck is down, boom, they get the guarantee. And the guarantee, would be probably more than what the average company driver would be making in general. So I think it'd be a win-win all the way around. Yeah, one of the good things about that Peterbilt is it has leather, or at least the one I'm driving now, is leather driver's seat.
Oh my gosh, that took a bazillion years to get that compact.
Yeah, I've seen a lime green Peterbilt. I think how shoot, we are coming up on 2 hours. This has been a long time. Well, shoot. I think it might be time to wrap this up. Pre-wire for CB antennas, yes. As a matter of fact, my CB antenna on the passenger side, I had to. It broke. A bird hit it and like broke the little fiberglass thing. So I need to get another antenna for that bad boy. The $70, yeah. I mean, that's gonna be nice. You know, these trucks, you pay them off so fast. 3 years. I mean, damn. So it would be great. It will be great when all that shit is paid off, or if you have a truck that's paid off, definitely. No, I wasn't live earlier. This live's been going on for almost 2 hours. I wasn't really expecting it to be that long. I don't know how far out the CB goes in the Peterbilt. It goes out far enough. I don't understand why people want a CB that goes out like 49 and a half miles and shit. Like, what the hell? Like, the shit you're hearing has nothing to do with what's going on anywhere around you. So why do I even want to hear like that far out? You know, a nice short distance lets me know what I'm dealing with now. And even if they are talking about some shit 40, you know, not 40, that's an exaggeration, but so far away, that's really not affecting me. And how do I know where, you know, how far away? I don't know. I just never got the whole, I want to hear like China, you know, like you got some, what do they call them? Radios, and long range radio.
Ham radio.
Yeah, ham radio. I need a goddamn ham radio out here. Go knock them loads out. Can you pay off a lease purchase early? Yes. Yeah, you could pay one off early.
Don't forget.
All right, Road Rooster. I'll check you out later. What am I drinking? My son bought me a little of this right there. It's called
Get your stuff out. Don't forget about it.
Angel's Envy.
Thank you.
Aim 'em and claim 'em smokers. Another barbecue competition cook right there. Just rolled through your man. I was ripping and running through Texas like over the last month. More so down on that 40. Running all through there. Didn't have a chance to stop even if I wanted to. It seemed like every time I turned around, I was in Amarillo or Amarillo, Texas. Every time I turned around, I was in Amarillo, Texas. Oh, that's my man. Okay, gave you some money to buy a steak and dinner to pay. That, man, listen. So this guy gives me some money. I said, you know what? I'm going to pay this forward. I'm going to give it to somebody else. He said, if I give you this money, you got to use it on yourself. So you see that comment there, gave you some money to buy a steak dinner to pay for you back. So I actually did go and use that money at the Oasis, and really appreciate you doing that, man. Really. What company benefits can you get as a lease driver at Prime? You can get Richard. And Richard means, what do they call people named Richard? I mean, they have some little stuff, not really work. They have like a retirement plan, but you got to be there so damn long. People are complaining about being there a year. I think this is like 8 years to be vested. But outside of that, when I said you get Richard, that means you get Dick. Well, there you go, man. James is trying to force me to train, or at least he's like putting some heat on. I don't know if I'm going to give him that or not. But yeah, take all that good freight. So shit, that is it, man. I think I might shut this down right quick. I do appreciate you guys stopping by. I didn't want to really be eating too much on camera or anything like that. In light of recent videos that somebody had me watch. But I'm gonna get to this food right quick. All right. Man, James is he's like the Terminator. As a matter of fact, he had me so frustrated when it was time for my student upgrade. I was like, listen, when can I get him in? I just can't do this. And he's like telling me, whatever. And I said, you know what? He's like, well, do you want me to run you through home? I said, no, I just want to knock this out. I said, I'm going to deal with this as long as I got to deal with it, but this is probably going to be my last one. He's like, okay, 10-4, I'm not taking another student. Next thing I know, as soon as I get home on home time, he's already trying to line me up with another student.
Old Chevy GC, whatever.
So I don't know. And the problem is, for anybody out there that's really put their heart into training, I think it's a harder decision for people that take that shit serious than people that are just doing it to do it or do it for the money or whatever their reason it might be.
Yeah, that okra was really good. Super crispy.
It's a lot of
I think
there's a lot of thought that needs to go into it, and I don't think a lot of people or enough people are putting that thought into actually doing it. So anyway, unless anybody else has anything else, I'm gonna get over here to these chicken strips right quick. I got some fries too. Hey, it's not about the money, because had he not asked, I wasn't even thinking about training again. And last week was a good week, but that wasn't the only week that was surpassing $5,000, $6,000. I mean, there were a few of those weeks. I had one week in there that it was sub 3. But for the rest of that, but it's not about the money. If it was about the money, I would have been training a long time ago, because I know what the trainers were making, or at least what a good student could do. I know what my trainer was making, and I know how I was running. I don't know if every student runs like that, like my last student ran, or if they're just running. I don't know. So I'm sure there's some leeway in there, but I'm just not. I don't know. We'll see. I'm definitely not doing PSD. That puts too much stress on a truck. I know what you can do, but owning my truck now. Yep. What I was saying when I was as a solo driver, for every week I'm out, minimum I want to net 2,500. That's the minimum averaged over 5 weeks, and I'm generally able to do that. But you know, the trade-in, you know, you're obviously gonna make more money, but boom, you're putting all that stress on your truck too. Running up them miles real quick. I'm drinking this soda like Jules from Pulp Fiction. Okay. Flock of seagulls. You're definitely right about that. Trust me, I know the benefits of being solo. That's why it's so hard for me to even think about it. And like I said, for me to even think about it, I would be putting other people in front of me. So I need to come up with a game plan on what, like I say, it's not about the money, but there has to be some goal that I need to put out there that makes me going through this worth going through it, I guess is what I'm saying. So maybe it has to be about the money, even though it's not about the money. There you go, Michael. The student can wait on the truck if him and the trainer want to do that. Like I said, I stayed on my trainer's truck for 7 months. That was the equivalent of about 140,000 miles. So yeah, you can. Now I would at some point renegotiate that pay if you're going to be on that long. I was with a younger guy that had like some aspirations he wanted to handle, and I really wasn't all that. I was focused on the training more than money, so I didn't really worry about it too much. But at the time, if you stayed on your trainer's truck, you made $1,000 a week as opposed to $700. So that made it a little bit easier to stay on my trainer's truck. What's up, Lenny? We were just about to kind of wrap this up unless somebody got some other questions and stuff or something, another topic to get on. I don't think 30,000 miles is enough. I mean, I think it's enough to get somebody out there. I don't think it's enough to make somebody proficient. Like they could do the job. They just can't like it's not like when I got off my trainer's truck, it was like butter. You know what I mean? It was like it was like handing off the baton. I got it and started running. It wasn't like I picked it up and dropped it a little bit or anything like that. It was like a smooth transition. And I think a lot of people have bigger hiccups, even small stuff that they just never had to deal with, whether it's a comm check or it's finding a goddamn washout. You know, even I talked to somebody that didn't know how to find a washout. Well, thank you, Lenny. Just the little minor stuff. I mean, you have big stuff. People coming off trainers' trucks without knowing how to back into a dock. And I'm not talking about hard docks that like are challenging for anybody. I'm saying big ass, like, you know, Costco docks and stuff like that. So I'm a proponent of staying on trucks. And I'm sure that, you know, you can make that. I would make that work out if I was trying to be with somebody. I'd pay them more than what the training pay would be if they stayed on, you know, past 50,000 miles or something. What happened to the video with your trainer eating the hot sauce? It's still up there, man. That was a funny video. Yeah, I know that I wasn't getting paid. So when I did actually decide to upgrade, because my trainer was actually quitting trying to pursue personal goals and whatever, I stayed at home for 3 weeks. I didn't get paid for those 3 weeks. So I don't know how that's changed now, but I didn't get paid for those 3 weeks. And I ended up paying for the hotel at the Oasis. I probably didn't have to, but I figured if I'm going to do it, might as well do it. That hot sauce video was funny, though. And that hot sauce is like, I'll eat some hot shit. That hot sauce right there, that is not the hot sauce to be playing around with. I'm surprised anybody remembers that old school video. That was a long time ago.
Okay.
Sorry, but I gotta eat this right quick. Anyway, if that's, let's see. Oh, clowning. Anyway, I'm gonna get off this thing right quick. I appreciate you guys stopping by. As a matter of fact, I might be doing a little bit more lives, but with more specific topics. Like when I actually start thinking about training, I'm gonna want people to kind of help me, like what the benefits are versus the downfalls, and maybe have me think about some stuff I didn't do. So I'm gonna kind of work through that maybe in a live, but specific to like specific topics, stuff like that. Anyway, I'm about to get off here. I appreciate you guys stopping by No Hippie Truck and Transportation. Y'all have a good night, and for all you night runners, saddle up. I'm out.